Well, good evening to you. Hope you're all right. Let's do a few shout outs. Hello, Barry, Bob, Lynn. We've got Steve in the room and Stuart. Good evening to you guys. Tonight we're talking about the DFY find and replace. And when we talk about it, Inner Circle members, don't go buying it. There's a special when we're in the Inner Circle only for you guys. So hold fire when we make the announcement to the main area in about 25 seconds. Well, hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello, Mr. Robert. How are you?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Doing good. Let's spotlight ourselves. There we go.
Long time no talk.
Apart from about 10 minutes ago, a little less. I tell you what,
busy days.
I am so excited. Guys, if you're watching on the Inner Circle Facebook group, there's a link to the meeting. Jump in on the meeting because you'll be the first when we go to the Inner Circle to get the link for the find and replace. All right. Now, when we share the link out, first of all, in a little while to people who watch normally, the front end is $17.20. We'll show you what the find and replace can do. And it's super exciting. We've been playing around with it. Dev's done an amazing job, and we'll demo that in a moment or two. So, but make sure you jump in on the link inside of the Inner Circle Facebook group, or you can comment on that as well. We're not always watching the comments. We try our best to when we can, don't we, Robert?
Well, you do. No, we do the best we can, but it's always a lot of things going on. Plus, you're thinking about stuff, and
it's been a fun old week because part of the upgrade, we've also been upgrading the MCB, and Inner Circle members who have the MCB already raise a support ticket because we have to give you a coupon code to get you into the new members area for the MCB. We're switching platforms to Product Dino only because we have more features available to us to do a lot more with it, and so. Now the weekend, I'm taking the weekend out with the family only because I've done so much this week, and so has Robert. We spent hours on setting up the members area, getting all the products in there, getting everything running smoothly, and also upgrading all the themes, which are slowly going into there. The themes will follow. So once you've raised a support ticket, I'll add you to a list, and then when all the themes are in there, we're going to group them up. We know who's on what plan. If you are a lifer, do me a little favor and just put lifer in the subject. But we pretty much know who you are and what plans you're on. It's just a quick. I can do a quick glance and match it up, and then halfway through next week, I'll be sending you the link to go and get all the current themes plus some new ones that are coming in as well. So it's super exciting everything we're doing, and I've got hats off to Robert, who's been frantically sorting out all the categories on the MCB for the current themes, because what was going to happen if you've got an existing site running and you upgrade to the new version of the MCB Magic Code Builder, it will clear the categories out. Now all the short codes are still there, right? So you're not going to lose any of your short codes. You can still search and find them, but you have to recreate the categories, but you can create your own. That's the cool thing now. And what I love about the new version, you can do more than one category. So if you wanted a customer category and a company info category, and you want to put both the same in both categories, you can do so.
You'll see it, and then you'll get ideas of how you want to set it up to make it simpler for yourself. That's what's going to happen. We put some generic ones in there that make sense to us. Like one of the categories we're putting in is called builder codes, and the builder codes are pretty much all the things that you would change or need to change or update. Not necessarily, but you can go in and find them and see if you do want to change them. So, like locations or company information, and then we broke them down that you have just company information. So you can go right to the company information, but it's going to show that the company information is tagged company information and builder code.
Yeah.
So you can multi-tag to find things quicker for you. And once you see how easy it is, it really makes it nice to be able to find stuff.
So who wants to see the DFY find and replace? Put your thumbs up on the camera. Lots. Oh, you all do. Okay.
First of all, I want to know what it is.
Well, you're going to see when I demo it. That's the best thing to do. So you installed it like any other plugin as per WordPress, and we've got this here. And if I click over, this is a blog site I built in the week. And if I refresh this at the moment, it will correct itself, and then I can show you how to run with it. So if you look here, we got the word discover on here. And if I copy that word there, and we come over here, I've already installed the DFY find and replace plugin. We're going to add new string, and that he's updating that to say character eventually, but for now it's string. And we'll paste in the word discover, and I'm going to replace it for the word, if it let me type, hello. And we click save. Now this other save button's only if we remove this. If I came in and hit remove, afterwards I want to click save, and that's the only reason why there's a second save button there. But you need to do that. Now we're going to hop over to the blog and refresh. We got the word discover, and anywhere where the word discover is now, we refresh, and it's got the word hello. As easy as that. If I want to change a bit more content, I can. Let's try. I haven't tried this yet, and I don't know if this will work or not. But let's see what happens if I grab this on this blog. Now, just to remember, with the DFY themes, every time you refresh, new content comes up. So this is ideal if you want to replace the pound sign, the dollar sign for a pound sign, or the word color for color when it goes from US to English.
That's where the real power comes in, I think.
Yeah. So let's write this paragraph in here, and I'm just going to put the word replace in. We'll click save. Let's see if it does a whole virtual paragraph, shall we? And look, even it's there we go. So you can do paragraphs for this as well. Let's try this. Let's try this headline out. I say I don't like that headline on there, but I don't want to go and find the blog post. So we come back in here, add a new one.
When you're doing that, this is where people are going to get confused. Is it doing the whole site, or is it doing
anywhere where the word discover is on the entire site? It will replace it for the word hello. Same as if you've got this content here, interact with your UK Instagram followers. If that headline was on multiple listings all over the site, it will change it out for the word gone. So if we now refresh, this should now change to the word in theory gone. There we go. It's gone. Bye-bye. So we've kept this super simple, this plugin, for the pure reasons that you can just replace stuff. So like I said, you can change the dollar sign for the pound sign, click save. And let's say at a later date, you say, actually, I don't want the word hello for discover. We hit remove and we hit save. And then we come back to the blog site and refresh. Now this site doesn't have dollar signs on it, so I can't show that as an example, but you can see here, it's gone from hello back to discover. And like gone, we can come back here and I can remove this one, and I'll remove that one. I'll click save, and I'll come back in here and I'll do a refresh, and now it's back to normal. So you can do little paragraphs, you can do headlines, you can do individual characters, words, you name it. You can pretty much find and replace it, and it worked. We tested it with our MCB, with page builders and mass page builders and all sorts, and it works flawlessly every time. And if someone manages, go on.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What if I pick a word that's in short codes?
Right. So for an example, a short code, let's say you had a short code called DFY _ short code in the square brackets. It will not replace those.
So even if I had the word content that is in a lot of shortcodes, it won't mess with the shortcode.
No.
That's all. That's a question that everybody should ask.
Otherwise, it would break the site.
Correct.
And if it does do it for any reason, I want to know. I've tested it and it doesn't. If it ever did, I want to know in a support ticket because I can get the dev to resolve that. But we have tested, and it's only the content on page that you can actually physically see.
Does it work on the content inside the shortcode? Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But it's purely what you see on screen. Well, you may go and edit the shortcode, and the original word may be there. I haven't checked because I haven't played around properly. Let's have a look at all shortcodes on this build a minute, and let's edit name. Let's see what the word is in here a minute. See if we've got anything in here. Right. This is the site name. I thought
we already proved that it does.
So let's just reconfirm that now. All right. I want to find anywhere where that is and just put some X's in and click save. Now we come back to the MCB or shortcodes, edit. Let's see what's in here now. So it doesn't change it here, right? But if we now go and view the site, it's replaced it here. And anywhere where it's put the old chat name.
So that's the question. Is if the spun content has 5 versions of spun sentences or spun paragraphs, will all of 5 be changed so that when they finally do come back up, they're already changed?
Yes. Yeah. Anywhere where that word, sentence, content is that you're putting in here will be replaced, but only on page, not in the back office. So does that make sense?
When you say that, it kind of contradicts what we're trying to ask. Because if I have a paragraph that's spun, and I'm going to have 5 different paragraphs that can come to the page on the next refresh, is it going to fix those words?
So let's give an example of the dollar sign, right?
Perfect.
Dollar sign site-wide, you want it to be a pound sign. If it's spun content, it's changing it visually on the page instantly. That's what it's doing.
Okay, so as it's coming up, it's changing it. But on the back end, until it comes up,
it will stay as it is before.
It'll stay on the back end, but then when it comes to cycle to be on page, it'll change.
It's then going to be what you changed it to, yeah?
Okay. So you might be looking in the back, seeing pound signs, dollar signs, but until it comes to on page is when it's going to show the corrected version.
So Steve Dimmock says, does it work on the shortcodes? So when you're editing the shortcodes, the answer is no. It only does it on the front end. So like the home page, as an example. Does it work on the content inside of the shortcode? We've answered that. No. And yes, it's changing in real time. The moment you hit that button, instantly it's changed. So a good example, let's say you got an older site that you built for a customer and you want to clone it but change the phone number on it. Use this, just change the phone number site wide. Change the company name site wide. Anywhere where the company name is or anywhere where the phone number is, instantly change it. I said change dollar to pound signs or pound signs to dollar signs or any other currency you want. And that's what this plugin's going to do.
So it's almost reverse engineering a shortcode.
Yeah. So out of interest, put one in the chat if you guys are in the Zoom and want a copy of this. See how one. I love the ones. Look at that, you see, lots of ones. And when we break out from all the freebie rooms, I'm going to be sharing a link for you, got a special link for you guys. And in the meantime, I'm just going to go and find the link that I had earlier because I've got to share this to the Facebook groups. And
so Steve, will this work on any WordPress site?
Any WordPress site, yeah.
Doesn't have to be a Magic Themes. Doesn't have to be.
No, it can be any WordPress site that you own.
Are there any restrictions?
The restriction is the front end for the front end is just the standard version for personal sites. There's an upgrade to a commercial version for $27.20, and that allows you to install on any on client sites. That allows you to install on sites you're going to sell or flip, and it releases all the licensing on it pretty much to load it on whatever site you want, WordPress site.
How much did you say was the commercial? 27,000?
No, $27.20 lifetime.
Oh, $27.20 life, one fee, one price, not per month.
One time. No.
Oh, so, I think you should jump on this, otherwise you're going to lose out.
So I've just had someone message me, and I'm just grabbing the link. Say, where's the link? This is for people who aren't inside of the inner circle. Just going to refresh the page.
I like that, Steve. $27.20 per month, right? Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, Mr. Dimmock, my first. Let me just go in and change the pricing for Mr. Dimmock a minute. So inner circle members, if you see me post a link up for people to come in, and so the front end standard personal version, and I've just got the wrong link to go in there. What's this doing? You hate it when computers don't do what they're meant to do.
Well, I'm going to say, why do these things come about? Why do we look into making things a little different, a little easier? Because that's what it is. We've been struggling a long time to try to make content spell correctly in the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia. All these different places can have a typical not a misspelling, just a different spelling from one country to another. And what I would say is misspelled, because it's misspelled according to the United States, but it's spelled correctly in the UK. And it's a constant thing that's been happening. So here's an opportunity with a simple plugin to change your content from, let's say United States grammatically correct English to the United Kingdom grammatically correct English, I guess you would say. And that perfect example is dollar signs. They don't need to be on a UK website. Or the pound sign doesn't need to be on a United States website. You have an easy way to replace it with a simple plugin that takes it from one to the other, or vice versa, depending on what you need. And I'm sure, as long as the content makes sense, so I'll say that as it's got to make sense as far as if you're changing pounds for dollars, that currency needs to be close. If we're changing pounds for pesos, the content is not going to make sense. It's going to be completely off the grid. You'll have to change that. But as far as simple characters, simple words, simple phrases, that's where this becomes simplistic, and it does it on the fly as the pages are loading. That's really the key here. So
and best of all, right, the front, if you're using it on your own personal sites, you only need the front end, which is $17.20 one time, just one time. And then if you want to set it on sites you're going to flip, or the sites you're going to sell, or on a client site, it's an extra $27.20 one time. Those are the only. There's no other upsells after that. That is it. So if you go in on the front end and you're buying it, once you click purchase and you go through on the next page where it says please check your email and thank you for buying, lower down is the link for the commercial version. You click on that and you can buy the commercial developer version, which you can install on any WordPress site you want. And then, like I said, if you're going to flip the site on somewhere like Flipper, you're allowed to do that with the upgrade. And it's not a lot of money. It's one time as well. We could have charged monthly for it. We haven't.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but sometimes you have to grab things when you see it.
Yeah.
Because it may not be that way. We may just keep it for ourselves in the inner circle.
Now, talking about grabbing things, last week I mentioned Pictory. The guy who is getting the accounts has been off ill. I heard from a friend of mine who knows him that he's gone down with COVID at the moment, and as soon as he's back in work, he is going to set the accounts up for me. So when we get to Wednesday, this is the deal. If you are someone that can't wait, or you want your money back, ping me a message. And I already know that there's no more accounts available. So the ones that are bought at the moment. And so if there's a situation where your money's safe, by the way, it's safe in our account. If you're really that worried and you want your money back, ping me a message on Wednesday. We'll just refund you. No arguments, no questions, right? But if you're happy to wait until he gets back in work, then as soon as he's back, he will set the accounts up for me. And then as he sets them up, I'm going to pay him and we're all good. All right. So it's just a case, it's frustrating. He was meant to have done it Monday/Tuesday this week. And then suddenly communication stopped, and I went, "Oh my God! Well, I promised guys this picture. Can't get hold of anyone. What's going on?" And I reached out to a friend of mine who knows him, and then found out he's unwell. So it can't be helped. One of them things. But your money's safe.
Happens.
Yeah. So it's awesome. All right. And talking of the MCB, if you're an Inner Circle member, I think we mentioned this at the start, raise a support ticket and we'll get you upgraded to the standard version of the MCB. If you want the commercial version, there are options. Just say in the message to me that you want the commercial version. And I'll be responding to support tickets from Monday. So when we finish tonight, I'm signing off for the weekend because I'm absolutely knackered. Been long days this week working on stuff and helping people as well. So we appreciate your patience in that. Is there anything else we want to touch before we say bye-bye? If you want to go and if you're watching on one of the channels, you can go to dfymagicthemes.com. That's above us, /find, FIND. And you can go and grab the find and replace tool there. And like I said, front end $17.20, and then there'll be a page and there'll be a link to the commercial version, and you can upgrade. Inner Circle members, don't go to that link yet because we've got an announcement to make in a moment when we say goodbye to the free groups. I think that's everything for the free groups tonight, isn't it? It's a bit of a shorter hello, half an hour-ish.
There's a lot going on, and it's sometimes a little bit confusing between the MCB, the MLB, now the find and replace. All of our ducks are getting set up, and when they're all in a row, it's going to make things so much simpler. But you gotta stay tuned in. You gotta keep going forward with us here, and it's going to be. Looks like Mr. Dimmick was too quick to go purchase because he saw a deal. But
we'll look after him one way or another. I mean, it's so cheap anyway that I've had in the past where we've offered something out there and people have still gone to buy it anyway to support us. It's crazy. So but yeah, and we got lots.
Don't worry, Steve. We're going to cookie you for sure.
Yeah. But the main thing is as well, we've been working hard on the themes. We've been working hard on the Magic Code Builder, the Magic Location Builder. There's lots happening with us at the moment, and within the next couple of weeks, it's all going to come together, and we're going to be doing a lot more stuff inside the group, showing people what stuff does, how it works. Webinars coming up, all sorts, And when we do announce webinars, we say to the Inner Circle members, you can come and watch if you want, but don't buy, right? Message us first. If there's something we're offering that you don't have, message us first, because the current Inner Circle members from now on we'll make sure you're looked after, because you guys have supported us from day one. And we look after all our customers anyway, but there's different deals for different people. Just how it works because of how people have come in, and that's what we do, isn't it?
So Steve, people that watch us or have seen our videos, how do you get into the Inner Circle, and why should you?
Right. The Inner Circle, to join, go to dfymagicthemes.com/live4U and a letter U. And the reasons you want to join is the Inner Circle group. You can come in on these meetings on Zoom. And when we say bye-bye to you, we carry on afterwards in the Inner Circle Facebook group and in the Zoom meeting. And you get direct access to me and Robert. If it's something that's a lot more complicated than just, oh, hello, I've got this minor problem, and we think it's more complicated, we get to raise a support ticket and we jump on a call with you. That's the advantage. And it's only $47.20 a month for the Inner Circle. and I know, there's some people on here who'll be going, but I'm on a plan that's more than that. Well, that's because you're getting themes as well and other bits and pieces. But we
actually dropped the price of the Inner Circle to $47.20 to help those struggling to get started with a simple build. We put the agency website together as a special Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
And like Lori said, $47.20 per, and well worth it. Lori, would you mind coming on the screen for a minute?
Let me bring Lori up and add to Spotlight. Hello.
Hello.
You can unmute yourself. How are you?
Good.
Just
love to see you.
Just a real quick question. What for you has been the difference of having the Inner Circle versus having a program that just have the themes and regular training?
As a beginner coming in, thinking I knew some things, but not the finer details of it, the Inner Circle has taken me to the next level, because you guys provide specifics on questions that I just have no idea, where to start on topics that I don't know where to start, what to do. And it's the Inner Circle that saves it every single time.
So I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say the Inner Circle helps bring out the you don't know what you don't know questions.
Correct.
So when you don't know what questions to ask to move to the next level or to get that next bit of help, and you can't even figure out what to ask for, the Inner Circle comes in and circumvents that confusion for you to have the ability to ask, I'm stuck on this area, but I don't know where I'm going or how to get there or figure out to do this. And it helps you to get the direct question asked that you need to ask that you don't know how to ask.
Exactly, because sometimes I may think my problem is in this area, and by talking to you guys, that's not it at all. It's somewhere else that I would have never thought about. So it's things you don't know. True. Yes.
Yeah, that's a big roadblock for a lot of people, including us. I mean, this is how we learn a lot of times. And the tools and the plugins that we're currently always looking at developing, and the ones that are on the whiteboard that we want to develop are to make not steps, but leaps for all of our members, including ourselves, on our builds. We don't want to build slowly that takes 3 to 6 months. We want to build in 3 to 6 seconds. We're not quite there yet. We're only 3 to 6 minutes on a build.
Right.
But the goal is to get the site built, get all the background stuff done, get the social posting hooked up, get the ranking process started, get the citations loaded up, and all of these things all at once. And for a lot of people, it's like meltdown. As soon as you go through that series of, oh my God, I got to do all of that. No, the process, it's a process to get you where you need to be making that passive income of renting these sites. So I thank you for coming on. And if anybody else would like to join us and see what their interpretation.
And also, Laurie, we spoke this week, didn't we?
Yes.
Right. And the issue you had wasn't actually to do with a DFY site, was it?
No, it was bringing my one site from another, from Namecheap over.
Yeah.
And
we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought I could figure it out, but I couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. And I reached out, and Steve helped me. And it was a blessing, I'm telling you, because there's...
And even Steve Dimmock saying, best investment ever. These guys have helped me grow my business, which is fantastic. And I know, actually, I don't know if Steve's near his microphone, because I was talking to him in the week, and I don't know if he's happy to share what he shared earlier in the week of a win for him, which is fantastic. But thank you, Laurie.
Yeah, thank you, Laurie. You're doing fantastic too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, let me bring up Mr. Dimmock on his amazing add to spot. Look at that view he's got from his window.
Well, why isn't my camera on?
I think he lives under that bridge, though.
He actually lives. He actually, well, he used to. He's upgraded now to that tower on the right hand side at the back. If you watch very carefully, He'll wave suddenly, and like the shopkeeper will appear. Have you got something over your camera?
No, the lens is open.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not. You can just talk instead if you want.
I'll just talk. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
right.
going on.
That's all right. Yeah, go ahead and share, because I know we spoke in the week, and I'm really excited.
We know some celebrities like to stay hidden and they don't want to be seen.
Yeah,
they go into incognito mode, and we get it.
I can't have my fans finding me. Sorry.
Anyway, we can see you waving for the tower, so it's fine.
Okay. All right. So what happened for me was I think I mentioned this last Friday, was that I was presenting my agency website to this business group. We had about 58, 60 people in the audience, and I went through the proposition and told them, like, this is what you need for any website. You need content, you need photos, you need a well-designed website, blah, 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 blah. You need good hosting, blah, blah, blah. And I gave them, this is the rundown on average what my clients are paying. And if they're paying for someone to write content, and they're paying a photographer for professional photographs of their business or their service trucks or whatever, it works out to be about $14,000 to $16,000. And then I said, well, what if I told you that you could get all of this for a lot less? And I said, I'm introducing website as a service. And at the end of my presentation, I told them it's $197 a month. And I was basically swamped at the end of the meeting.
And rightfully so. At that price, you probably could have been selling that at $19.97 and brought it down to $9.97, and you still would have been swamped. Because business owners don't want to know. I've said it 1,000 times. They want the phone to ring. They want the doorbell to ring. They want people walking in on their brick and mortar business. They don't care what you do to make that thing work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you shared knowledge. You shared what a website should look like. Most of them, again, they think a computer is a magical box and you put stuff in, and next month I'm going to have 10 million phone calls and I'm only going to pay $19 for that. They're disillusioned on what it takes.
Yeah. I mean, I had one realtor in front of me, and at the end of the meeting, somebody else came up to me and said, hey, well, my wife has just become a realtor, a licensed realtor. She needs a website. I'd love to get, because I told him the realtor version, I was about to launch it. And he wants it. Because I also told them that I'm only going to do this for one industry per geographic area.
Which is very smart.
Yeah. And so there was scarcity immediately.
Right.
And that price. Another lady came up to me. She has a skincare and massage business, and she's got an existing website. She doesn't have $5,000 to pay me to build her a custom site.
Oh, imagine that.
And she said, but $200 a month, she'll do that every day or every month.
So what did you do different, Steve? What did you do that the average person watching this video sometimes just won't want to put that effort to go do? What did you do? Can I answer that for you?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You went out. You reached out of your comfort zone. You joined a local community business group, an outreach of businesses that want help in different areas, from marketing, SEO, websites, and more. They're in there trying to make connections to grow their business. They're in there talking to other business owners in the same local area, because those other business owners are going to refer them, and then vice versa for the different services that are in that business network. Yeah. That's what those are all about. But when you go in there and you share information that's going to help each and every one of those without them having to spend a dime, right? They can buy your service, but you went in there and gave knowledge that was priceless. Yeah. You went in there and educated them on websites, on what you should be doing, because I guarantee it, every one of those business owners that have a phone or an email address are getting pounded on daily by 3 to 5 SEO companies promising them page 1 rankings on Google.
Yeah.
And that's all they do is call, I can put you on page 1. I can put you on page 1. I can put you on page 1. And they are so inundated and frustrated with those phone calls of answering them that having a live person come in and speak to them and give them some more knowledge is all the difference in the world. I can talk to Steve. Steve's a website guy. Steve understands the internet. Steve can fix my computer, fix my car, change my tire, and do all these things because Steve's great. I know Steve now.
He can even run down the road and get in front of the camera.
Exactly.
That's outside another house.
Yeah, I didn't you see me come across the bridge?
Yeah,
no, it goes fast. You don't even sweat. But no, really, the reality is it's a personal connection. It's making that outreach to that group, and all of us can do these things. All of us can do the BNIs, and in different groups, just local businesses that need this help.
Yeah, your local chamber of commerce is another great resource.
Now, hold that thought, Robert. Hold that thought, because I want this in the inner circle now only. Jesse and Daniel, who are watching on the free group, who have commented, thank you for your comments. But we are switching to the inner circle now, so you're going to have to join up to find out what we were talking about. But I'm going to play the little jingle. Stay where you are, and I'm going to play the little jingle now.
Come on, Robert, dance.
I can't let all my secrets out.